Hello friends, Koolio here, and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we are checking out a brand new war strategy game called VIKINGARD. Now, before we get into the video, I want to let you guys know, for full disclosure, that this video is sponsored by VIKINGARD as well as BLUESTACKS. So if you're interested in checking out this brand new game on one of the best Android emulators that you can play, then make sure to head on down to the description down below and click on my link. So thank you so much to BLUESTACKS and VIKINGARD for sponsoring today's video. Now, here's the thing, okay? I want to be completely open and honest with you guys when it comes to my gameplay reviews. And I told BLUESTACKS I'm going to be as open and honest as I can with this game as well. Because here's the thing, when it comes to these type of war strategy games where there's a lot of like time-locked progression behind it, I'm actually not really the biggest fan. However, with this game, like one of the reasons why I've decided to even like check it out, it's actually produced by NetEase. And I actually really like NetEase as a company. They have a lot of really great games, mainly because I feel like they take normal tropes and normal gameplay styles of a lot of like really popular games, and they add like little twists here and there to make them better. And with this game, there's actually quite a lot of stuff in it that I actually personally enjoy. Now, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like the kind of time-gated war strategy where a huge emphasis behind this game is to kind of, you know, you build your army, build your power, team up with alliances with other friends and stuff like that, and go out and basically fight other alliances and power up and get as high on the leaderboard as possible, because this is a really like heavily achievement focused game. Like, you really want to try to outdo everybody else. Then you may not like this game. But if you're the kind of person that actually does like that kind of game, then you may really enjoy this one, specifically because they add a lot of stuff to the game to actually kind of freshen it up a little bit. Like, there's a lot of like, how do I put this? Like mini games, like actual gameplay stuff in it that I think is really fun. Leave a message for, nah, I'm not gonna leave a message, that's okay. All right, we're okay. Let's go ahead and tap to close that. Let's see, if you're giving up, yeah, we're just gonna leave that for now. We're not gonna share that. Let's head out back to the expeditions. So here's the thing when it comes to the expeditions. The expeditions and the gameplay stuff that this game actually has, there's a lot of like little mini games throughout it, and I'm gonna show you like my favorites, and then we're gonna jump in and actually show you like my all-time, like the thing that I really like about this game that I wish more games would incorporate stuff like this. But you've got the expeditions. The expeditions, basically you roll a dice and you move across this board and stuff like that. I don't know why. I'm gonna abandon that. We're gonna do some random sailing. Roll a dice. You go around. You get to the port, and there's like a bunch of little stuff here and there you could do with the expeditions itself. We don't actually want to do that. We're gonna head back out. Yeah, we're just gonna abandon that for now. We're gonna keep going. You get a bunch of like little prizes here and there for the expeditions, but I think my favorite thing about the expeditions themselves is you'll actually encounter like little story moments like this. Your fleet was sailing and a ship blocked the way. We're gonna go ahead and chat it. Just a really tiny little mini game like that can kind of break up the kind of monotony that can come in with a lot of games like this. So there's the expedition. There's a bunch of other like little story stuff that can happen in the expedition. I'm not gonna really get into it right now, but there's actually a really funny one. Like when you first jump into the game, there's a really funny kind of story that happens with a really like it's a nod to a really popular book series. I'm not gonna get into it, but you guys have to try it to see what I'm talking about. But anyway, another thing that I really like is the Challenger's Coast. This is a interesting form of PvP, as far as I'm aware, where you basically challenge other people's squads in this sort of like turn-based style strategy. I'm gonna show you guys kind of what it looks like, because it's interesting and there is some strategy behind it. Because the thing is you get one movement each turn, and there's all these like specialized orbs around the battlefield, and basically what you're trying to do is defeat like all the enemy teams. So, and it's a numbers game. Like, as long as your number is higher than the enemy, you're going to win. But there are traps that will actually appear on the field. There are little, these orbs that you can collect that will actually boost up like either your HP or your damage, or it'll actually deal damage to the enemy. So you can see, like, I need to be careful with the way that I move, because if I end up moving like within the crossbow and I'm standing in front of the crossbow during like my turn or whatever, I'll actually end up having damage dealt to me. So it's a little mini game. It's not that complex. It's not that like, maybe it's not that crazy interesting. But I'm glad that they have little things like this in the game to actually kind of, I don't know, it's like an actual gameplay mechanics. Does that make sense? Like, this was actually the first like little thing in the game that I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'm getting into it. That's kind of fun. So we have like 2 more guys that we have to take down left, and there's a countdown number right here. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna grab that orb for an enhancement. You have to remember too, some of the orbs actually help out the enemies as well. Some of them hinder them, some of them help you out. Not available for me because I don't think I have any archers on my team. I do have spearmen, so I should get an upgrade bonus for my spearmen. Okay, maybe not. And then, okay, so here comes the next enemy. It's going a little bit fast, too. I'm trying to, like, read the stuff. The enemy archer he doesn't have archers on his team. He has axemen. That's why the bonuses weren't working. But let's go ahead. We're going to fight this guy. And I will probably get shot by this crossbow if I end up standing in front of it. Let's see. Let's grab this orb. If we win, recover 30% of lost HP. That doesn't really matter too much. We have a few more rounds until the last guy kind of shows up. There's specialized, like there's spells and stuff like that that can happen as well. Use to shock the enemy Herser in waiting, reduces the endurance by 3. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Shock the Herser, and then basically, like, you slow them down so like they don't come out into the field. In case, like, if you're having a hard time, if you're actually going up against somebody that has a really powerful team, and you don't think you're gonna be able to take them down, you can use that to kind of slow them down, and then run around the battlefield and try to grab the specific orbs that you need in order to kind of boost yourself up. But we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna jump out of this. I'm not gonna wait till that guy's actually done with that, but that's like the first little thing that I thought was kind of fun with the game itself. Now, before we get into like my actual favorite thing about this game that I think is really, really fun, there's a couple of other things I want to kind of show you, because there is like the time gate progression stuff I was telling you about before, but honestly, it's not too bad. Like other games, it's like, oh, you have to spend like 4 hours building a specific building in order for it to get to a certain no, they don't do that in this game, okay? Most of the time gated progression that you're going to see in this game is mainly just you waiting for certain resources to collect, but they give you a lot of resources, and there's ways that you can kind of push it and progress it further. Like there's the mining system in the game where you can actually take your champions, or I think they call them Hersers in this game, to basically collect them for you, which I think is kind of nice. And every once in a while too, you'll have like a little boss that'll show up that you can take down for extra rewards. But this guy is actually freaking difficult, and I'm not going to be able to take him down. There's the Longhouse, which I think certain people are really going to enjoy the Longhouse, because you have companions, or you have wives and stuff, that'll actually give you heirs, and the heirs that you can use to kind of create... I believe you use them to create like new heroes, or new Hersers, or you can use them to upgrade your current Hersers. But you can basically go and you can give them gifts, you can upgrade their skills, you can visit them and stuff like that to upgrade your affinity with a specific companion. And they have a lot of companions in this game. If you're a person that likes this kind of stuff, you're probably going to really like the system that they have set up for this. Again, I'm not really the biggest fan of systems like that, but I understand why they put those in these games. I will say though, the air system in this game, my air right here, Kermit, this guy, his face scares me, okay? This was like the first kid or air that I had in the game, and he kind of freaked me out. But anyway, he's in a matchmaking progress to see if I can't like marry him off to like another tribe or whatever to continue to boost myself. And I have a couple of other airs, so this is my second air that I have, Levi Lillian. A little bit better. I chose this character to specifically be an archer. That'll give you boosts and stuff to archer-based classes and things like that. But so there's the companion system in the game. There's the alliance system. Like at the beginning, I talked about how with these types of games, there's a really, really big emphasis on teaming up with other players to take down other alliances or do alliance raids. Like there's a current alliance raid going on right now that I definitely won't be able to help very much. Like 2.88 million damage we have to do to just take down this guy, and this is the final boss at the end of the stages. We're like nowhere near taking him down, and my characters, my Hersers, whatever, are nowhere near strong enough to take this guy down, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm kind of working on like progressing them. Now when it actually comes to progressing your specific Hersers in the game and stuff like that, it's pretty straightforward. You get them through, like, you go through the stages, like the basic like chapter stages. So if I actually show you down here at the bottom, I showed you guys at the beginning with a little bit of gameplay. You go through these stages and you'll be able to unlock more and more gameplay systems. But another thing that you'll be able to do is you're able to actually unlock new Hersers that you can actually fight. And when you defeat them, you'll be able to add them to your team. So this is actually the next one. So if I take this guy down, which I think I should be able to, I have like twice as much power as he does. Oh, I barely survived, but Domari. So we just got a brand new guy. So if we want to go and train him, it's a pretty straightforward system. Basically, you just use the food that you get from like the animals and the farm. And then you have their weapons. The weapon you upgrade from mining. As you go through, you mine, you get these specific ores and stuff that you can use to upgrade their overall power. So we can just like bump this guy up like crazy. Boom. So he's like super powerful. You have the aptitude, which you get these like trophies or these fangs or tusks or whatever that you can give to them to increase their overall aptitude, which continues to give them further and further bonuses. And then you have the star up system, which you use these like skulls in order to upgrade their stars. And when they get to a certain point, you'll be able to upgrade. I believe it upgrades their overall rarity, but it's another way that you can use to kind of upgrade their overall skills and stuff like that as well. Now, with that out of the way, with like talking about the basic gameplay systems and stuff, I do want to show you guys probably my favorite aspect of this game so far, and the thing that I think will probably draw in a lot of players, because I love this kind of social aspect, because a lot of these types of games, there's a really, really strong emphasis on teaming up and working with other players. But I feel like with a lot of these games, you don't actually end up having any kind of social interactions with other players. But this one you do, and it's with the meat hall. And the meat hall has all these little fun games that you can play. I was really hoping I'd be able to play the draw and guess it game, but all the seats are full. Do we have any other seats that are currently open? We have I think we can play tic-tac-toe's all open. Dice taking, can we do the dice taking? But I wanted to show you guys the draw and guess game, because basically like one player will be drawing something, and then you'll be able to like, you have to like try to guess what it is before they're like done. And I was hoping I'd be able to jump in and show you, but it looks like they're all completely full right now. I think we can maybe go to, I think that one's pretty full too. We can, let's go to this one. We'll go to a different meat hall and see if we can't play it with other people. There's a lot more boards over here, but there's not as many players. Let's do this one and see if we can't get somebody to actually play with us. Invite all. We're gonna invite everybody. Invitation has been sent out. But I'm kind of, what the funny thing is like you have a turn to like go ahead and you can draw and stuff, and there's like specific words that you can do. I'm hoping that somebody will join in. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna skip the video until I get somebody to actually jump in and play this game with me. Okay, so I actually ended up having people join into my game, and horse carriage is what I have to draw. Okay, I don't know. This is gonna be so bad. This is gonna be so, I feel like I don't even really know how to draw. I feel, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like the worst. Oh my gosh, okay. So they actually have to guess what it is. They get like, I think there's like 4 prompts. You can give them a rose if they're doing a good job, or a fish if they're doing a really bad job, but I think this is really fun, and you get points and stuff as well if you're able to like determine. Water spout. That's what I'm gonna guess. Water spout. Submarine volcano. That sounds insane. Frost flower. Mirage. Water spout. Okay, so I was correct on water spout. I got some points for that. And because I was the first one to choose it too, I think I got 3 points. So we got bed, chair, table, cabinet, chair. Easy. Easy peasy. Look at that. So yeah, I wish more games would add little things like this into it, because it's, you know, it may not be the most compelling gameplay aspect, but I think it's really fun that you get to actually participate and play little games like this with other players. And so this is honestly like, I spent maybe like an hour doing this the first time, like jumping in and playing with other people. Headache, fitness, hungry, sleepy. I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna send them a fish. What are they? What is that supposed to be? A bed? This person's having such a hard time right now. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, thanks so much to BlueStacks and VIKINGARD for sponsoring this video. And if you guys, again, are interested in playing this game on BlueStacks, then make sure to head on down to the description down below and click on my link. Guys, thanks so much for watching. My name's Koolio, and I'll see you next time.